My name is Sarah Rogers, and for my behavior modification, I chose to reduce the amount of animal product and byproduct consumption from my diet. I chose this specific modification because over the summer I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which causes my body to produce hormones in an unbalanced way. While I was doing research on PCOS, I found that cutting out added hormones was a great way to restore hormone balance, and one way to do this was to cut out all dairy, gluten, and most meats that are not locally farm raised. I already cut out all gluten from my diet, so the next step was to head towards a more plant-based lifestyle. My parents raised my family without eating any red meat, so we grew up on seafood and poultry alone. In 7th grade, I made the decision to go vegetarian, and later that year, I found out that I had celiac disease, so I cut out all gluten, and the combination left me feeling better than ever, both physically and mentally. I started dating my current boyfriend my senior year of high school, and unfortunately, his diet consisted mainly of meat and potatoes, so eating together was hard, and I began to consume meat once again. I began gaining weight and struggling with other symptoms of PCOS, which has led me to where I am now with a confirmed diagnosis and a new lifestyle. For the SMART portion of this project, my specific goal was to cut out all animal byproducts by Christmas. I was diagnosed on August 13th, so when this project started, I was already in the action stage. To measure my goal, I used a food diary that I purchased from Target along with the MyFitnessPal app. I remembered from going vegan the first time that a lot of protein is often replaced with carbohydrates, so MyFitnessPal allowed me to track my macros and ensure that I was not going overboard on carbs or refined sugars. As for my action-oriented plan, I began seeing a nutritionist in early September who specializes in PCOS, and she helped to make sure I was getting the right vitamins into my diet along with the proper nutrients. The realistic and time-frame specific portion I feel go hand in hand for me because it would be completely absurd to assume that I would be able to decrease my animal consumption immediately. My timeline was to remove poultry from my diet during the month of August. From September 1st to October 1st, I decreased my sea animal consumption, and from October 1st to November 1st, I cut out most dairy and all eggs. From now until Christmas, I would like to be able to give up cheese because this has been what is the most hard for me to stop consuming. My parents are very supportive and have paid for my nutritionist visits along with grocery costs because some of the items I buy cost more than what a traditional college student would have to pay. Additionally, my boyfriend has been great because he has opened his diet to incorporate more out-of-the-norm foods that both of us can enjoy. I evaluate my consumption every day, and while I do use MyFitnessPal and the food journal, it is easiest for me to use my body to know if I am on the right track. I have found that my energy level is one of the best gauges for my health, which is great because it is expense-free and is always with me.